Hi and welcome to the Hedgehog Hollow. Today I have Tanya and Ashley with me from Artesprix Markers. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And we are creating a project using their new Sublimation markers, which are just so much fun. We recently filmed a PBS segment with them and we have tons of samples on the table. You can even sublimate on these wonderful magical sequin pillows like this. And anything that contains polyester. So we have things like heat mitts, we have the things you stand on in the shower, we have a coaster over here, we have an apron that one of the girls in the office made with our logo on it. So you really can pretty much sublimate on anything, I think.
Anything that has a polyester coating.
So what is sublimation?
So sublimation is a process where you take a solid to a gas and then it becomes a solid again once it cools. Okay. So what makes these markers magical is that you're going to draw on plain paper. That dye is going to be in the paper, and then when you heat it, it's going to form a gas, come off of that paper and into the substrate in which you're sublimating to.
Amazing.
And then become a solid, and that solid's permanent. It's never going to wash out.
Great. Okay, so we're going to make a tote bag, and something that Tanya pointed out is this has a little bit of a crease in it, and we're going to be using a heat press. You can use a household iron as long as it doesn't have holes in it. You can also use your EasyPress or your EasyPress&trade, but a heat press is best if you have one.
Correct.
Okay, so let's just press this in here and get rid of that wrinkle. And these are safe for children?
Yes, yes. We've gone through extensive testing to make sure that they're phthalate-free, lead-free, heavy metal-free. The caps are vented so that if a child accidentally got a hold of a cap, they could still breathe.
Wonderful. And before we sublimate them, if we got them on like the couch or something, we can wash them out and...
Wash it out immediately if you get it on any item that you don't want to have permanent ink on. Treat it just like you would a Sharpie.
Okay. Don't steam clean it then.
Don't steam clean it.
The heat is what makes it permanent.
Yes.
Okay. And then also something I have here is sublimation tape. So this is going to hold our image down while we put it in the heat press, but it's not going to melt. If you use regular Scotch tape, it would melt in the heat press and then we'd have all kinds of mess to deal with.
Correct.
So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces off. We've already coloured our piece ready to go, but you said you can use regular printer paper.
Correct.
And they have a chisel tip on the markers. They come in 10 colours. And then the tip here is just a lovely chisel tip. And I did some hand lettering with that chisel tip as well, because you can really get those thicks and thins and things in there as well. So we're going to be doing some words. So we printed these out. And then you can either put them on the light box or against a window because you want to do it on the reverse so you have the mirror image for when you pop it down. So we love Artesprix.
Yay.
Oh.
Thank you. We love Hedgehog Hollow.
Yes.
And we'll stick this down. And should we put anything inside the bag or should we be okay?
Okay, so yes, you can put just a sheet of paper if you want to protect it. Sometimes, depending on how saturated your image is that you colored in, this is maybe a heavy saturation, it could potentially go through and you'll see it on the other side.
Okay, so we've just got some printer paper here. We'll pop some inside.
Especially if you want to do 2 different designs on each side, you definitely want to put a piece of paper in there so that doesn't go through.
Okay, so let's lay it in. And again, some more paper on top.
Perfect.
And then how long are we going to let this cook for?
We can let it go for 3 minutes because
Okay.
that's what you've been using for these bags. But typically, every substrate is going to be a different time underneath the heat press. It really depends on the material that you're working with. So when you get these substrates, you definitely want to look at when you buy them. They'll typically come with instructions on how long to leave under the press.
Okay, great.
You want to consider your time, your temperature, and your pressure.
Correct.
All three of those factors definitely play into the type of substrate that you're using.
Yeah, I know we found when we were doing this quilting that if we weren't using the heat press, you could see these quilt marks when we're using things like the iron and the EasyPress.
Right.
So the better the tool, the better the result we got. But when we were doing things like the gloves and things, it was fine to be using the iron and the EasyPress and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are done. So let's lift this up. Slide this back out. So be careful, these really are hot when they come out. It's amazing. They always come out so much more vibrant as well than you expect. And so this is our finished bag. Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed learning about sublimation. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. And links to these Artesprix markers are in that description below. And watch out for them very soon coming in the Hedgehog Hollow subscription box. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.